As a midlife woman, eating healthy doesn't have to feel complicated or restrictive. In today's video, I'm sharing exactly what I eat in a real week. Simple meals that keep my energy levels steady without spending hours in the kitchen every day. And if you stick around till the end, I'm sharing a new hack I just learned that makes meal planning even easier. I probably don't have to tell you this, but when you walk into a grocery store without a plan, or even worse if you're hungry, it's like walking into Target without a list. Before you know it, you've spent way more money than you had planned. You have a cart full of stuff you didn't really need, and somehow you forgot the thing you came for. That's why I keep it simple. I plan a few meals, shop mostly around the perimeter, and focus on real food that fits my week. Let's jump into what I prepped first, starting with an easy breakfast. We've heard a lot that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm not sure about that. I think they all matter in a different way. But if you have the right breakfast, it really can help set you up to have steady blood sugar throughout the day, lower cravings, and best of all, steady energy. I have found that it's best to do this with higher protein breakfast and lower carb. I do like to sneak in some vegetables if I can, but they're still going to be low carb. And one of the breakfasts that I have prepped on repeat, even when my girls were going through school, it made mornings so much easier to have this breakfast ready. So one of my favorite breakfasts to prep is these egg bites. And the way I do that is for two of us, I crack 18 eggs. This week I added a cup of cottage cheese to add in more protein, only if you can tolerate dairy. I had leftover diced ham from Easter, and then I also chopped up some red bell pepper to get a little fiber in there. But bonus tip, while that's cooking, I'm also cooking us sausage links to have each day to increase that protein and keep us full longer. So the egg bites take very little time to whip up, pour in the muffin tin, and then the sausage laid on the pan. They both cook at 375 for about 35 minutes. And then breakfast is already prepped for the next day. So I'm gonna have a couple egg bites and then a few sausage links. And this is usually after I've intermittent fasted somewhere between 14 to 16 hours. I'm gonna heat this in the microwave, and then I'm gonna add some blueberries. Having breakfast prepped each day takes the decision fatigue out of the equation. I don't have to think about what's for breakfast. And I'm starting with protein first, so that's gonna really fuel my day and make things so much easier. If you're wanting a little extra help building habits like these into your week, you'll wanna download my free habit guide that I give you 7 habits that are super easy to build into your weekly routine. This breakfast gives me about 34 grams of protein, keeps carbs low around 6 grams, and sets me up with steady energy and fewer cravings for the rest of the morning. Now for lunch, I want something easy. I don't have to decide what to eat, and something I can look forward to. Sunday, I spent time making these Greek meatballs with ground beef, container full of feta cheese, and then equal parts parsley, garlic powder, oregano, paprika, and a little salt. Mix those together and bake them in the oven. So I have them ready to go, and I just heat it up like 6 in the air fryer. And then I have a bowl with the base of baby red butter lettuce and arugula that I got just at Sprouts. And then I'm gonna add a little broccoli slaw to give it a little crunch and some extra fiber. I had chopped up already cucumbers. I'm gonna put some in there. And then some sliced olives. Put a few of those in there. Give it a little saltiness. And then my meatballs. With topping it off, I bought this feta cucumber. It's like tzatziki sauce. So I'm gonna probably put a pretty good tablespoon of that. And that takes very little time since I did my prep on the weekend. And then I have a delicious Greek bowl for lunch. Those give me plenty of protein, and the salad adds fiber, healthy fats, and lots of volume without a ton of calories. And I almost forgot, for an extra little bit of crunch and fiber, I like to put these pumpkin and sunflower seeds in there too. Just kind of serve kind of like croutons, give you extra crunch. This lunch gives me about 40 grams of protein and around 5 grams of fiber. And the best part about it is I don't have to think about what's for lunch. No drive-through, no wandering through the kitchen. I already have a quick and easy lunch. Between lunch and dinner, sometimes I get a little hungry, and I used to reach for chips or crackers, thinking they were light and easy, but they actually just made me hungrier later. Now I focus on snacks that actually fuel me. This week, I'm going to be eating these crunchy roasted edamame beans. They are filled with protein and fiber. They're going to keep me full, plus give me that salty, crunchy taste that I crave. The thing to remember about your snacks is make them kind of mini meals. You want to make sure you're getting that protein and fiber. That's going to keep you full and satisfied till dinner. I know I do a lot better prepping dinner if I'm not hangry, and having just a little bit of a snack is going to help me do that. I'll be back to show you how to prep tonight's dinner in under 10 minutes. What's for dinner used to be my least favorite question. Now I plan simple meals ahead of time that don't have me scrambling at 5 p.m. One of my favorite easy meals is a sheet pan dinner. This sheet pan meal is so easy. I even start with frozen salmon. These will be in these little silicone dividers, but you don't have to. You can just leave room on your sheet pan because you're going to add them later. We need to roast the sweet potatoes and broccoli a little longer than the salmon, but I do start with frozen salmon. And then I'm going to put just a little Dijon mustard on the salmon. Kind of holds the spices on there, and I like the little flavor. I did used to use honey mustard, but I'm trying to cut back on added sugar, so I'm not using it today. And then a little bit of garlic salt. And that's all I'm going to do for the salmon, because I think salmon tastes pretty great on its own with just a little mustard and garlic. It'll be delicious. Then I've already chopped, these are white sweet potatoes. There's different varieties of sweet potatoes, and I like trying different ones. These are white tonight, and so I chopped them up, and I'm going to put them on the side of this sheet pan. And for the two of us, we usually have just like one sweet potato. I used to eat a lot more, but now that we're watching our carbs and having them in the moderate category, one sweet potato is usually enough for both of us. So we'll have that, and then I have these broccoli florets that I'll put on the other side. Actually, the salmon is going to fit together there, and I don't need this one, so I have more room. Now that I've put the salmon in one tray, it works a little better. So I'm going to spread out this sweet potatoes more, and then I'm going to cut this broccoli up into little smaller bites so that it's easier to eat. I love roasted broccoli. I never used to like boiled broccoli or steamed. I don't know, I like a little crunch. And this is best when it just gets a little crispy on the ends. Drizzle some olive oil on both of the vegetables. And one of my secrets for yummy broccoli is I like nutritional yeast. And so it has a cheesy flavor without cheese, and so I sprinkle that on. And then on both of them, I have Trader Joe's onion salt, so I think that's going to be good. I don't think they need a lot of seasoning, but I think the best way to make healthy food taste better is to pick your seasonings that you like and use them often. If you're a spicy person, get you some spicy sauces that will go with it. I do not like spicy, but Brady does, so he'll add it later. I love garlic and onion, paprika, nutritional yeast, so that makes my food taste the way I like it. As you can see, it's all on one pan. So I'll put the oven at 400, and I'll leave the salmon out for the first 20 minutes. And then I'll put it back in and finish cooking it so that it all is done at the same time. Such an easy weeknight meal. And as you can see, it took me very little time. Now the other nights I'm going to have a roast in the crock pot with some bone broth and coconut aminos and some carrots. Super easy. It'll be ready when we are for dinner, and I'll probably have some leftovers for the second night. And then Thursday we're going to have chicken fajita sheet pan meal where we have chicken strips, red bell peppers, onions, and we'll probably have it over cauliflower rice and with some guacamole. Those are my meals for this week. And you know I've already got breakfast and lunch prepped, so it's super easy, and I'm not spending a ton of time in the kitchen past Sunday. Find meals that you can do on repeat that are just no-brainers like this. Tonight's dinner will give me about 28 grams of protein, around 22 grams of healthy carbs, and a solid 6 grams of fiber. Simple, real food that leaves me full and energized without that heavy feeling. And all of today's meals gave me about 114 grams of protein, around 50 grams of healthy carbs, and 25 grams of fiber. Now for the easy hack to make meal planning super simple that it almost feels like you're cheating. If you are using ChatGPT, this is the perfect opportunity to use it to help you plan meals. You can tell ChatGPT exactly what foods you have in your refrigerator, what foods you'd like to eat this week, how much protein and fiber you want for the day, and ChatGPT helps you plan these meals. That's kind of what I did for this week. I already had the salmon, the ground beef, and the sausage, so I was like, let's use what I have, and then it gave me a grocery list of what I needed. And I kept tweaking it to get it close to that 100 grams of protein and 25 grams of fiber. And if it fell short, I was like, give me some suggestions. Help me add a little more protein or add a little fiber. And you don't have to take what it first tells you, but as you get better at giving the prompts to ChatGPT, it's like having an assistant help you grocery shop and meal plan. That's a look at what I actually eat in a real week. Friday nights are our date nights, so we'll go out to a restaurant, and Saturdays we throw something on the grill. Super easy meal planning, but it helps me stay energized and consistent. If you're curious to see exactly how I changed the way I ate so that I could lose 30 pounds in menopause, watch this video next. I'll walk you through what worked, what didn't, and what finally made the difference. Just remember, you've got to fuel your body to have the energy to live the life you love.